Hello, how's y'all doing? Crime and Chris, Sabrina, Babs, Nico, Radar. Well, I hope it's a great discussion. I didn't take any notes. Hey, Hubs, but I've been watching all kinds of videos. I was watching the documentary. That's the last one I watched. I didn't get through it all. Ran out of time. Um, like my avatar. That hi Junie. Hey Otto. Early. 10. That is my digital avatar. I made that one. And then you had to put clothes on, all that stuff. I should be camera free tomorrow. I take my grandson. If I bet is Society going live tomorrow with Kat, or is that Saturday, or is that next week? I can't remember. So if she's not, hey Kim. So if she's not tomorrow, I plan to go live tomorrow, and I should be camera free because I'm taking my grandson. Oh, I gotta make my coffee. I'm taking my young'un home. Hey, Mindy, raspberry rhubarb jam. Mmm, that sounds yummy. Yes, Tin. How are you? Oh, before we get started on this, I got to tell you, believe it or not, I got a response back from Jeff Getting, the prosecutor on Eric Cross's case. I was like, oh my gosh. I am so embarrassed of myself because do you guys know what I did? Well, I'm going to take you there. So, ice in my jaw at the moment. Oh, you poor thing. I'm telling you, you have been through it. That's my coffee pot if you guys hear that. Yeah, I sure was not expecting it, but it's really not, well, the first email you guys are going to laugh at. I cannot believe I thought I put his name in the subject line. I just put case. So, okay, let me take you guys there. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, let me see. Was okay, this was yesterday's. He says, Miss Oliver. Okay, I'll get it, honey.
No, it's not tiny. It's big. Oliver or Rosie?
Yes, probably Rosie. Okay, it says, Miss Elliott, thank you for contacting me. I am not certain how to respond. Which case are you talking about? I think I can guess, but prefer not to. I am also wondering what evidence you are referring to. So then I said, Hello, thank you so much for responding. I cannot believe I forgot to mention the case name. I thought I did in the subject line. I apologize. Eric Cross case. Actually, I am not certain of the evidence because Ellie did a great job at keeping it close to the vest. I just know they said they held on to it, and that was the reason because when that info or tip came in, they would know, much like most cases, and why Ellie stay tight-lipped. So when it did come, that is when they knew they had the break in the case. In my humble opinion, proof of the suspects. And then they asked for arrest warrants, but still nothing, question mark. Thank you again so much for responding. Looking forward to your reply. So then today at 12:46 p.m., he says, thank you for contacting me. I appreciate your interest in the case. Because it's an open investigation, there is very little I can share about it. I can tell you that not everything that is being said publicly is accurate. So I responded with, thank you for your response. Am I understanding you correctly then? Are you saying that what LE has said is not accurate? I am a huge advocate, crime in parentheses, for families seeking justice. However, I also advocate for those wrongfully convicted as well, because that just means the ones that are really guilty are still out there, still committing the crime. S in parentheses, the innocent are behind bars for. I just wanted to put that out there so he knew I, was on both sides. I have to say the evidence here is or seems to be pretty clear here. Not only the family, community, but LE felt so as well, and other parts of the states are feeling it too. Just giving you my opinion. Well, I am speaking for many voices here actually. Again, I want to thank you for responding. Much respect. I pray justice comes soon. So, yeah, that's all I got, guys. But, I mean, I was shocked that he responded at all. But I don't understand what he's talking about as far as, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff out there that's not accurate, but I was specifically, and I thought I was clear, I was talking about LE. So was he trying to say LE was not being accurate? Hey, Sharon. Hey, Rosie.
Rosie?
Did I miss anybody else coming in? Hey, Wes. Hey, Lake. It would be nice if he answered my question on that, you know, about LE, because I think they were accurate. I just think there's something going on in that town. That's my opinion. But thank you, Rosie. So thank you all for coming. And so as you all know, I didn't follow this case at all. I mean, I heard of it off and on through the years. I just didn't pay much attention. It is very interesting, mind-boggling. But I want everybody's opinion. 2 questions. Because as I was going through everything, I watched a lot of different, videos. I read some articles. I even watched this episode on Dr. Phil with his mother, um, and then a federal prosecutor. I didn't watch it. I started to, and then I thought, nah. He's not saying he's not guilty. He just thinks he got an unfair trial. So first opinion. Hey, Ohio. Yeah, crime. I think a lot of people did. I mean, and from what what I watched, they're like it spiraled. It just went, you know, everybody. And one guy said, the reason he thinks it caught, you know, everyone's attention all across, you know, is because she was a young, beautiful girl, pregnant. It was around Christmas time, and it caught a lot of attention. Hi. Oh, I start getting ready to say hi to Junie again. Sometimes I forget you're already here. Hey, Incognito. Thank you. He just I didn't watch it, Junie. I was because I wanted to get to the documentary. I still didn't get that watched in time, all of it watched, but Dr. Phil was just announcing it. He's like, he's not saying he's innocent. He's just saying he got an unfair trial. So, two questions. Because there are people out there that think. So, does anybody here think he's innocent? And remember, my community, everybody in here is lovely. So, nobody's going to make fun or bash for whatever anybody thinks. Pretty much everybody thinks he's guilty. And so, my second question is probably not even worth asking because probably nobody thinks he deserves another trial. But the scary thing is that, see, I'm not sure. Do we know at this point? Is everything I watched, I mean, I think I read where he did get his appeal. I know he got an automatic, he an automatic, or he could apply for an appeal. But I know he got turned down like 3 times, 2 times, 3 times. But then, so there's no new trial yet, okay, because I couldn't find that. But he may get one. He may get one. So, if he does, I mean, what? I mean, there might be a chance on him, I mean, well, they're saying most of it because the only forensic evidence they had was her hair in the pliers, one strand of hair in the pliers. The rest was circumstantial. Hello, Joey. You're new here. You think he's going to get a new trial? Joey? Hey, Photo. But I mean, okay, really though, I mean, right off the go, I think, like the cops, okay, first of all, he didn't call the cops. He called the parents, her parents, and said she's missing. He didn't bother calling the cops. And then the cops that showed up to take the report, and they were just regular cops. They weren't, and they had an odd feeling about it. So they called the detective. And we do know that not everybody acts the same under, you know, that's usually maybe later on, like under the media spotlight, but usually immediately, when your spouse is missing, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or husband or your kids or your mom or your dad, you're usually a little shook up. He wasn't. And he couldn't get his story straight, golf or fishing. Oh, I guess I didn't see that at all, Kim. Robbery across the street. Now, I do have to admit, guys, it does seem weird. I do. Now, I can't remember, and this was not in any of the things I linked. See, I linked this. The things I linked was last night, just because I told you guys the night before that I'd have it scheduled and things linked. So I did as much as I could last night. Then I read up today and watched today. Now, what I watched today, I have to admit, and I can't remember what channel or anything. I'd have to go back and look. I liked it, so it's probably in my liked videos. And please forgive me, I'm gonna have to go back to comments because I'm talking and like crime, and I spoke for a little bit last night, and she's like, man, that's hard keeping up with the comments when you talk. It's a lot easier when you have somebody up there with you. But kudos to you, crime, because I think it's kind of hard when you got somebody with you too, because you're talking to that person. But anyway, so just bear with me for a minute, guys, because they said the baby washed up first and then she did. The baby was at full term and then she did. They said all of her organs were gone except her cervix. Am I correct on that? Yeah. So then that makes me like, now wait a minute. That does sound like something else could have happened to her. Because there are those sickos out there too, guys, that do that kind of stuff. Your organs are worth a lot of money. So that is what came to my mind. I mean, just for a little bit, I'm like, oh my. I mean, maybe he's not guilty. I mean, yeah, all this evidence, but then I'm like, how many innocent people are in jail because of, but really, I mean, I'm just looking at all angles because that's what you have to do. Um, I mean, that did really make me stop and think. Unless he paid somebody to do all this so it wouldn't, look like he did it. But I mean, but then I'm like, okay, they took the baby out. These people are that sick. Why did they leave the baby there to die? I mean, why wouldn't have they taken the baby and so, all these things are going through my mind, but I'm just saying it. When I saw that video, it made me stop and think about that. You just got to think about all the possibilities. So now you guys got to bear with me because now I got to go back and read what you said. Radar did have a good idea last night. She told when and then talk in a chat. I always say sometimes I do wish you guys could talk sometimes, or when I'm in society's chat. I know I call her two different names, or crimes chat, or sometimes I'm like, I just wish I could say it, you know. If we could all talk, it'd be so confusing too. We'd be screaming over each other. Abel, honey. So let me go back. When we got back, okay. Nick said not much concrete evidence. Yeah. And Joey said, yes, he thinks there's going to be a new trial. I mean, I think there is going to be too, in my opinion. I just didn't know if there already was one set, but I think there's going to be one too. And then Kim, that's what got me right there. That's what um, a robbery across the street. See, I didn't see that in anything I watched. I didn't know about that, Kim. So thank you for letting us know. I didn't know that. When did that happen? Well, you might have already said it, Kim. But if you haven't, when did this robbery take place? The same day or shortly? West said was due in 2 weeks. Yeah, they also mentioned the due date was wrong. Um, Something about when she took the home pregnancy test, and the doctor. I remember seeing that too. I think that was what you sent me, Chris, the big article. Read the book, more details stating facts in there. Okay, crime. Yeah, Rosie, this is a good point right here. He was checking time of tides while in his warehouse before he left with umbrellas in truck and returns with umbrellas after 20-minute fishing in a new boat. Yes, as I was just watching that on the documentary. He went and bought a new boat and did not tell a soul. Who fishes for 20 minutes? I fished for hours. And he couldn't tell the cops. Well, what kind of fish were you fishing for? What were you fishing for? He didn't. He couldn't answer that either. Which my husband goes down. If you go to the river or whatever, you're just fishing for whatever. Usually, whatever you can catch, right? You're hoping for a big fish or whatever. But if you go somewhere special like Otto does when he goes to Wisconsin, he's hoping to catch a certain kind of fish. Didn't he put her in a barrel? I don't know, Sharon. I can't say yes or no because that's something else I didn't see on anything I watched. Photo's got a good point. I mean, I don't know that personally because I don't, but if you guys, you fishermen do. Oh, he is not. Honey, but if it takes 20 minutes to launch a boat, maybe the robbers took Lacey. Well, I mean, like I said, when I watched that today, that one video, I mean, no barrel, he tied her arms and legs to cement blocks. Yes, um, that's what Ellie said. However, they couldn't find them. But that was their argument. And prosecutor used that in court. Early says the robbery and other events surrounding the case make me wonder. West, I just want to tell you that I have missed you. I've been thinking about you, and I really meant to email you and ask you how you've been. I've just been so busy. I've had my grandkids for these guys can attest. And if I take one home, I come back with another or whatever. That I think I'm going to have me some free time. He certainly comes across as an asshole, but that doesn't mean he's guilty. Well, the biggest thing for me is he just doesn't come across as, and like I said, everybody grieves differently, yes, and a lot of people don't show their emotions in public, but no panic, no, no, and no hurry to you know, I mean, for instance, they said they were there at her house searching for 4 hours. I would have been like, what are you doing here? Why aren't you out there looking for my husband? Or, okay, you got people here, but you got people out there looking too, you know? And like they said, I mean, right from the get, they suspected him. They didn't let that out, not even to her family. But and shoot, I lost my train of thought. I'll come back to it. But I mean, and that's why, because he wasn't saying those things or doing those things. He was just so nonchalant. And another thing is didn't he say he come home at 2:30? And I think he didn't call the parents till 5:30. I may be wrong on the time. Hey, Carolyn. Thank you for coming, honey. I may be wrong on the time, but I know there was a gap. But he knew that she went out at 10:30 in the morning to walk the dog. At least that's what I heard him say in one video. So, I mean, wasn't he freaked out then? He comes home, her vehicle's there, and she's not. So what took him so long to call anybody? But the stepdad's the one that called the police. I mean, that's what gets me. I mean, it's not really, I guess, how he acts in the media, because a lot of people don't, you know, I mean, we can go back to Mike Patty because everybody freaked out about Mike Patty. He shows no emotion, blah, 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 blah. Guys, a lot of guys don't anyway. And, but we don't, Mike was pretty much the spokesman for the family anyway. So, in my opinion, he held himself together. He psyched himself up for every, time. And but we don't know how he was at home. So I'm not really talking about how he acted in the media and stuff, but I'm talking about, you know, like if somebody's not freaking out that first day or immediately when someone you love more than life, because he was supposed to, but obviously didn't because, I'm sorry, I'm really behind, guys, because I keep chit-chatting. Yeah, photo, 9K depending on the organ. Incog says, I personally think Scott took advantage of the robbery situation to make it not look like it was him. He was passing out flyers like an hour away from his hometown and calling his girlfriend Amber. Yeah. And so see, well, and then this is something else we've got to look at because he told his girlfriend Amber that I got to get this straight. On December 9th, he told her he'd already lost his wife. Lacey was still alive. Why would he have been saying that then? So there's the big one. So I guess we have to go with, I mean, obviously somebody took her organs. Somebody took that baby out. I don't know that he's the one that did it, but I think he might have paid somebody to do it. I think I scrolled too far. Okay. Yeah, it does photo satanic, or I mean, downright just sick. But people do that. I mean, I've heard a lot about that stuff. I mean, like kidneys, they go for a lot of money. Well, I'm not saying he did it for money, Kim, but I'm saying he could have just done it. He may have, I don't know, just found out about, known people to do this and said, hey, have at it. You do this. And I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, somebody did do it, obviously, because her organs were gone. The baby was outside of the body. If he didn't do it, somebody did. I don't know why he would have. I mean, I'm saying somebody did it and they got the money for it. I don't think he did. I don't know. I'm all discombobulated over this. Did you, Incog? Yes, he dyed his hair blonde. He had his brother's driver's license, his car full of stuff, clothes, 4 cell phones, including his own, all kind. Like he was getting ready to run for the border, and they were actually scared of that. So they had a tracker on his car. They were scared he was going to run for the border, and then they made the arrest. And that's probably what he was going to do. But his dad said, no, he's been living out of his car because of the media following him around. No confession or his DNA, just overwhelming circumstance. But it was enough, I guess. You know, 2 of the main jurors said, you know, they counted him guilty because he was supposed to protect his wife and his unborn son. That was his job, but instead he killed them. Crime says he wanted a new life like Chris Watts. Lacey and Shannon had some in common. You know, I didn't follow that case either, but I saw a little, you know. I don't want to veer off on another topic. Go squirrel, as crime would say it, but I just think that case just got awful and so ugly how they went and bashed her and her family. I mean, they're the victims. Chris don't think he'll get a new trial. Rosie says, complicating with body part sale. The baby is the most well, I know. So that's what throws me off because, I mean, the baby was full, unless the baby didn't live for some reason. I can't remember if they said if they knew or not. But maybe the baby didn't live, so that's why they didn't. But then, I don't know. It's thank you for sending this case to me, Chris, though, because it is very interesting. Carolyn says the same day. So that the robbery, Carolyn? Okay, thank you. Yes, same day. Okay, Rosie says 24. Same day. Kim says same day. Kim says there is a documentary in Scott's favor that does leave you with a question mark regarding the case. Oh, so then it gives you, well, you know, like I said, that what I saw today made me, you know, I would never want to be on a jury. I've said this before. You guys have heard me. Well, those of you that have been with me from the start. I'd never want to be a juror. I'd never want to be a lawyer. And I never want to be a prosecutor. And I definitely never want to be a judge. Didn't he leave his truck detailed? Can somebody else answer that for her, or have you already? Probably somebody's already answered it, incog. I do know that he went and he sold her a car and went and bought a new pickup. I did read that. Hey, you know what? I like my avatar too. I just looked up there and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. Anyway, Wes, her family didn't even know he had a boat. Right, West. He went out and bought that boat. He didn't tell anybody. See, I mean, there are so many. It is circumstantial, but still, it is all these little details, well, huge details, in my opinion, that he's a habitual liar for sure. And secretive. Fishing in December. I mean, I'm out of my league on knowing fish. Well, it was California, right? I don't know the weather in California. Does it get cold? I have never been to California in my life. I probably won't even ever go either. Photo says a new trial because of trial location and jury selection is unlikely. Well, I know his parents, his parents, they think he's innocent, and his mother is working hard to prove his innocence, which, you know, you don't want to ever believe your child is a killer. It would be very hard to accept. And we have all admitted that in all kinds of cases like this, it's hard on both sides. Like when we've talked about Ray Hannish case and the Nicole Bowen case, and how the, you know, it's terrible for the victims' families. No doubt, it's very hard on them, but it's also hard on the other side too. Nobody wants to believe their child is capable of something like this, but I mean, she is just not at all, no way, shape, or form willing to accept that he did this. New wrong type, salt water versus fresh water. And see, I do know salt water versus, I do know the difference, but I don't know a thing about fishing. He stated he wanted to surprise the family with a new fishing boat at Christmas he was to reveal to them. Well, he was caught in so many lies. Well, my stepson does too. I mean, he'll fish in just about any weather. I tell him he's a dingbat, but I'm not a fisher. I don't like fishing. Otto says takes longer to clean a brand new boat. Yeah, society. Well, I mean, I've never been to California, so I didn't know. I didn't know if it got, you know, cold or not. Joey, how about the dog? Lacey was walking the dog, came by himself. Well, and so now I'll get to the Scott's mom. The dog, the neighbor saw the dog wandering by itself. One neighbor. She puts it in back in the backyard. She said it was all muddy, dirty, leash and all. Puts it back in the yard. And then I can't remember the exact time. See, I should have took notes, but I was just watching everything. Um, and then a little bit later, another neighbor, and this one was a gentleman. He sees the dog again, and he puts it back in. Now, on Dr. Phil, the mother, she's saying there's 14 witnesses that called in, didn't get to speak at the trial, didn't get followed up on, blah, blah. Dr. Phil's like, you know, he's more or less telling her she's full of crap. And she repeats it again, and then he tells her again, well, that's a stretch. And then I can't remember what she says then, and then he's like, well, that makes a little bit more sense. But 14 is, well, then they're at, I don't know if it's her house or where, but they're in this room. She's got all these big poster boards and everything, and she says that, the neighbor said, because all these 14 witnesses supposedly saw Lacey walking the dog. But then this neighbor said she saw Lacey walking the dog. Then this neighbor saw Mackenzie, the dog, and put the dog back in the fence at 10:30 and closed the gate. But the postman said, and he's on his computer and everything, and so it tracks everywhere he goes. And he said, I think the time was between 10:35 and 10:50. He was there, and he said, if the dog was there, the dog would have barked at him. He said the dog was not in the backyard or in the house. The dog wasn't on the property, or he would have barked at him, or she would have barked at him, because she always does. And so Dr. Phil's like, so, she goes, so Lacey was walking the dog. And then I'm waiting for Dr. Phil to say, but what about the other neighbor that said the dog got out and had to put him back? They never brought that up. Aw, I just see your comment just now, West, where you said you missed me too. I'm so far behind, guys, aren't I? He's another Chris Watts, Incog says. Annihilated his family. He was smug, West said. Yeah, because her family really had faith in him and trusted him and thought he was innocent until they found out about Amber. The robbers in the book stated that they were thieves, not killers. Made sense to me. The robbers did not have any murders at that point. Why start then? Well, that's true crime, but that's true, but all killers start somewhere. Everyone has a first kill. But, I mean, like the cop said, she left all of her stuff there. She had a lovely life. She had a lovely family, her parents, her, sister, brother. I think she had a sister. She was expecting a child. They normally wait 24 hours before they put out a missing person or even search for one. But they knew there was something different here. They're like, well, we know she didn't go to Cleveland to go do drugs or something like that. And it was his behavior. Yes, Incog. Over another woman. Pathetic. I'm glad Amber Fry cooperated with the police. Chris Watts' mistress sounded guilty herself. Well, but then there was the other woman too, because he had had a previous affair, And he did tell Lacey about it because the one news interview, she asked him, do you think Lacey told her family? And he said, I don't know if she did or not. Well, I don't think that Lacey did tell, or they wouldn't. I don't think they would have trusted him and thought he was total. You know what I mean? So really, how many affairs did he have before this? And like Ellie said, they think he just didn't want that life anymore. He didn't want to be married to her. He didn't want to be indebted. He didn't want to be a dad. That's just so sad though, you know? If you don't want that life, and maybe as sad as it might make your wife, as heartbroken as she might be, my gosh, just be a man about it and be honest. She had a very supportive family. I mean, yeah, you might still look like a jerk and everything, but man. Oh, very odd behavior at the vigil, Rosie, because he was at the vigil when he called Amber. Told her he was in Paris. Squirrel. Yep, that's me, I guess. Crime named me. Crime says he would have let the dog out without her knowledge. Or he could have let the dog out without her knowledge. Yeah. Oh, yes. And then that. He came home, showered and washed his clothes, and then in one of the videos it showed all these dirty rags and stuff on top of the washer and dryer. Who does that? I mean, under normal circumstances, yes. But I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, his parents said like 14 people seen her walking the dog, but they weren't allowed to speak at the hearing, or that they called in the tip, and the police never called them back. But I don't know if that's that's or not. That's what his mom's saying. I mean, it could be, but I don't know. Yeah, Carolyn, that's what they say. Wes says, also, I remember something about his dad hitting on her before. It was really weird. Did anyone else hear anything about that? No, West, I didn't see that. But there's a few things so far I didn't see. Quacks like a duck, but chased like a chicken. Her dad hit him? Or his dad? Oh, man. Okay. Hey, Mel. Have I missed anybody else coming in? I don't think so. So the robbers had an alibi. Okay. Yes, West, and another news lady. He got upset with it was CBS something because she was asking him about him telling Amber, I lost my wife, and he wasn't answering her properly. So she was trying to, and he finally is like, if you're going to waste time on this, short media time, then, if I'm going to have to defend myself and blah, blah, blah. And he got upset. Yeah, that's true. I guess he could have been afraid of child support, but yeah, Mel, that's kind of strange. So then what do we think? Because I guess I don't know that anything I watched, they really said, do we think he grabbed her from the park and did this? Did she make it to the park? I mean, the dog was muddy, but was that, you think that from Berkeley? Um, or did he even leave the house? Did she really go on a walk? Did anybody really see her walk the dog? Um, so, right, Sharon. Stupid as they almost always get caught. Ah, I made it all the way down here. The doctor said it was her death that caused Connor's death while he was still in the uterus. Okay. But he was removed from her body and he had a cut. He had a cut on him too, they said. The baby did. Ah, I don't know, it's just awful. What storm, Sharon? You have a storm tonight, or are you talking about? Yeah, well, he could have. She talked to her mom, her parents, I think, 8:30 the night before. Baby died in the uterus, but he was found separate. Did they, Carolyn? Oh, Okay, Carolyn, I think I remember seeing that, the baby expelled from her body. Oh, tonight, Sharon? Wes says, I think she went for a walk with the dog in park as she was witnessed. Then I think he picked her up with his boat, took her someplace, killed her, took her to the ocean, dumped her. Yeah, Chris, I think she is too, because I do remember. I read that in what you sent me. Then let the dog out in his neighborhood. Cleaned truck and boat. Got pizza, did laundry, had shower, then called in-laws. How can you freaking eat after doing something like that, man? Hey, incognito, sugar, before you leave, because I know you might be soon because you have to get up early. I can't remember. Are you going live tomorrow or Saturday with Kat, or was that next week with Kat? Yeah, from Lacey supposedly mopping kitchen. That's what he said. Oh, yeah, that's right, incognito. Congrats. And that could have been too crime because nobody saw. I mean, she didn't see. I think incognito did, didn't she? Isn't that who you're talking about, Chris? Oh, I have not. I have not got that many. I have, though. I have gotten some new subscribers. I guess they sit and listen, but I don't have a million. Chris is just so sweet. He's just trying to make me feel good. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that, Joey. I know they did have some issues with the jurors, but I'm not sure what they were. I know, Carolyn. Thank you. I think Rosie did too. Sapphire pops in sometimes. Um, I think Incog left. She usually says goodnight though, and maybe she did, and we missed it. I hope not. I hope I didn't miss saying goodbye. Um, I am just wondering if he does get a new trial, what do you think? I don't think he'll get out if he gets a new trial. Because that's what they're going on. They're saying his trial was unfair. That his lawyer didn't call people he said he was going to call. He didn't ask things that he was going to ask. Basically, that his lawyer didn't represent him fairly. Oh yeah, that's right. Incognito got 1,000. Look way up about my ocean comments and what my brother told me before. Okay. Way up. I thought it was outside the door, back or front, can't remember. But the cops did state that they thought it was odd, but didn't. Okay, that's not it. I didn't see this one, West. He used the dog to fit his story and he was mopping outside tiles, cops noted. Yeah, I kind of thought that too when Mel asked that question. Okay, I found it. One of my brothers has a lot of experience with ground searches and rescue, and he has witnessed a lot of dead bodies and found bodies washed up. he has told me how much damage the ocean dies to. Well, I was trying to, I also wondered if, and I may sound corny right now, just because, I'm no pathologist or anything like that about the organs and stuff. I thought, well, because they said she was very badly decomposed, almost unrecognizable, and all that stuff. So I thought, well, then could did this ocean have sharks, and could the sharks took those organs out and all that? But the baby washed up, so wouldn't they just ate her all up if that was the case? This one, West. I posted that earlier. That's all I see after that. Yeah, I think they can. I'm sorry, West. I didn't see another one after that, except for that one. I shouldn't jibber jab so much, and I wouldn't miss comments. But I definitely think they can prove reasonable doubt just by, I mean, I think that's pretty close to how it did. He's, and then, those phone calls too are very telling. And the other girl, I don't know if you guys seen any of the videos. I think I linked that one of those with his other girlfriend. She, well, when she said when she found out he was married, she didn't want no part of it, but she refused to cooperate. She didn't want to hurt him. Oh, yeah, Rosie. I mean, I think we can say that it probably was premeditated because on December 9th, he told Amber Fry he'd already lost his wife. And we know, you know, so he had to have already been thinking it. Yeah, I was thinking that. But then I thought, well, if he knew he was trying to appeal, because he got, the automatic appeal, or able to, he probably hasn't said anything to anybody. But he's not that smart either. He's really not that smart, if you think about it. Not at all. So he might have talked. I know, Kim. Aw, your phone's broke, Rosie? Well, he's supposed to be, what I read, I mean, he was supposed to be a really good, decent lawyer. I mean, that's just what they labeled him as. Oh, really? Oh, did you, Rosie? I mean, I don't know nothing about him, but I mean, I'm just saying that's what they said. I mean, that's just how they, because he had two lawyers to begin with. I guess they were both appointed to him. They only labeled one as a public defender, but they evidently both were appointed because then he said I can afford to get a private attorney. I don't just in case, which probably not, but my grandson took off with my phone because he's talking to my brother. Oh, early riser, I've got to go. Love and hugs all the way around. Oh, right back at you, early riser. Thank you for coming, sweetheart. And again, you did a great job last night. But before you go, early riser, do you remember, is Incognito going on this weekend with Kat? Is it tomorrow? I really just need to know if it's going to be tomorrow. Yeah, riser. I like that for short. Riser. Oh, Mel, you leaving too, sweetheart? Hey, you need to get with me, Mel. Maybe next week you can come on so we can fill everybody in on the Shannon Polk case. We need to figure out a good night. Don't know, Joey, but I think he probably did. I really do. I mean, if he didn't kill her, he sure didn't care that somebody did. Let me just put it that way. Does anybody remember from last night what Incog said? When is she going on with Kat? Because I don't want to schedule a live tomorrow if she's going to be on. Right, and it wasn't the dog. Nico or Otto, you guys remember? Anybody remember crime? I mean, I feel terrible. We're all mods in there. One of us should know. Okay, Saturday. Okay. All right. All righty then. Okay. I just didn't want to schedule tomorrow night to. Thank you guys. Otto's just playing around, I think. Yeah, I will share. Well, I do know it's a Saturday. actually. I remember she said Saturday. And then she's taking a week off. So her hubby's going to be off because they're shutting down for a week. My hubby is too. I was waiting for somebody to ask. Hold on a minute. I got to get my drink. Not my alcohol beverage, just my vitamin water. Okay. I've had enough coffee anyways. Um, well, I don't oh, that judge. It was in a comment today and then all over Facebook. Carroll County judge. I don't know. I just know. I don't know, Joey. Don't know if he will. Yeah, West. Can you go get my phone, baby? What?
Um,
Hold on a minute. Oh, I can't do that. I don't think I can. No, I can't do it. Oh, wait a minute. No, no, I can't. Won't let me. Hold on a minute. Huh. I tell you. Well, It must not have been in today's. Huh. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I can't find it. Oh, you can tell I'm eating. I was eating a piece of pizza. Yes, Wes, that's the one. Yeah. Yes, Rosie. Yep, that's the one. Michael Catt's a good guy in real life. He really is. That that's him though. I don't. He just said he's resigning. I think July 31st is his last day. He said he's going to start practicing again as a lawyer in Carroll County. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have. Where's where'd my comment go? I'm gonna delete my comment. Daggone it. Did somebody delete my comment? It's okay. I can't find it now. Oh, somebody did. Thank you guys. That's right. Otto's not. And it's okay. We all know. I mean, we've talked about that. We don't have to like anybody or agree with. We can disagree on things, but we just don't bash people on here. So when Otto said he don't care, he was serious. I thought he was playing. You never know about Otto. Otto and Nico are Otto and Nico are our jokesters. They're the life of our party in here. I never know when Otto's being serious or joking. Quit tormenting Abel. Otto's talking about me. I do have short memory, and I'm an airhead. I think Radar left. Her phone probably died, knowing her. Nice pants. I'm going to put that up there for a minute just so I can clear my screen. There we go. You can't see my pants. It would only let me pick out outfits. And I think I cropped it. Your dog's handsome, West. You know what's funny is down here, though, and up there, it hasn't changed on my YouTube. Do you guys notice that? Or like, I mean, maybe you guys can't see it, but no, you guys probably can't see that. But what I see is like down here by where I want to comment, or if I do comment, like, okay, I'm going to say something. I'm just going to say, love my community. Oh, it does show my avatar. Well, anyways, to me, where it is like where it says post a comment, it shows my avatar I had yesterday. And up there by where it says in broadcast, it does too. That's weird. But tomorrow night, I should be camera free. Well, there's no shit about it. I'm going to be. This old grandma needs a break. I love my grandbabies more than life, but I need a break, guys. Attitude? I have an attitude? Referring to you last night. Otto referring to your bird pants. Oh, see, I'm an airhead, West. I didn't know. I thought you were talking about my new avatar. I don't have an attitude, West. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did think that was cute and that part too. It was like I made my own avatar, like it had me take a picture of myself, and then it makes you like then you got to fix your hair, you get to pick your hairstyle and stuff like that. But then when you pick your outfits, it's already got your body like posing and stuff. So that's not really me doing that. But I had to take a picture of myself, and it still wasn't my skin tone wasn't perfect, but I tried to find just avatars that were already made. I couldn't find any with, skin tone. I even searched Puerto Rican avatars. Nope. So then I searched Mexican avatars. Nope. And I mean, I did find one actually, but it was still kind of like, wasn't my style really. And it had blue eyes and I think this one, like if I keep the app, I think it will do what Incognito's does, but I'm just not all that tech savvy, you guys. So all I did was, I think I kept maybe 2 or 3. I took pictures of them, a couple different outfits, and then got rid of the app. I know you are teasing. Joey, you talking to me? My favorite food? Mexican, of course, but I love Italian food too. And I mean, really, there's not a whole lot I don't like. You can ask my bestie, but usually when we go out, it is usually, where do we go, bestie? Mexican. She's got Spanish in her. And a lot of people, like if they don't know us, they think we're sisters. We do act a lot alike. By the way, West, Sabrina that's in here, she's my best friend. We've been friends for, I think I figured out, 38 years. I'm not either, West. Thank you, Crime. Thank you. She is a rock, too. She is a rock, man. I mean, I have a lot of good friends that I've been friends with for maybe about the same time. But there's none that I can say. I'm not going to say none. Maybe be one other. No, I mean, like, she's the only one I can probably. She'd just be here, just like that, if I need her. I mean, just any freaking time. And then Debbie is. I mean, I've been blessed with friends. I've been blessed with tons of internet people like y'all. Good night, Kim. I'm sorry if I got boring on you guys. I don't know where she's been, West. But not my bestie. She's not been in here for quite a while. Probably because, she was, I don't know why. I wouldn't talk about that video though. And the only reason I did deny is just because it was just, a general question that Sharon asked. And, we weren't really touching on the subject. But, quite a few people would come in and ask about that video and this club and that. And I'm like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I don't want no part of it. It's too dangerous, And, just because a lot of people don't understand when you live this close, when you live here, and, like Mel said on her podcast one night, she don't really want to talk about Delphi either, other than, where people question Garrett Kurtz and stuff. But like she said, one death threat for her was one too many. She's not West, but she's planning on moving here, she said. Love and hugs, Kim, if you're still seeing all the good nights. Chris, are you talking to me? If you do come on, I'm going to have to watch the recap because I get off at 9 tomorrow night. Well, I won't be coming on till 9, Chris, or 9:15, so you won't miss much. And I don't know yet what I'm going to talk about. Probably going to be a surprise. Oh, is Chris leaving too? I didn't see him say goodnight. Good night, Rosie. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry about your phone. Well, it's actually the other way around, crime. Hunger's calling, West. Did I make you hungry? Well, thank you for coming, lady. I have missed you. Go eat some good food. Yep, a while back she did. Nico. Professionals. He got sentenced in 2005, so 15 years. Joey. And thank you for joining our chat, Joey. What's your favorite food, by the way? You asked me, so I'm asking you. Typing laying down, I do that a lot, crime. Hi, Cher. Yeah, most of it, darling. But we're still here for a few. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah, I like that. I love rice too, man. I'm telling you, I do. I love chicken and rice. I love garlic flavored rice. Oh, and I like Chinese too, but not lately. For some reason, I have not ate that since the pandemic. I'm funny like that. And I'll only eat Chinese from like 3 places. I'm just funny like that. Joey, he's a lifer. What? What do you mean, Chris? That you mean that person in here is using that person's name? Now I only like white rice, Sharon. If no wait, I mean I can eat it with like Chinese, but to eat it plain, I will. Oh gosh, you remember when we were kids and we'd eat it with milk and sugar? I can still do that. Is that what you meant, Otto? Is that what you mean, Otto? I've never had Vietnamese, Chris. And get this, my husband can't eat Chinese because it bothers his stomach, but he can eat Japanese. I don't really like Japanese except for this one place at Armar. It rocks. I'm just real funny like that. Rice and grits. Never tried that, Nico, but I will. It wasn't your fault. He was? Oh, he was talking to Joey. Okay. Well, you know me, being an airhead. With butter, lots of black pepper. Oh, well, I'll try that, Sharon. Pay attention to me, Mom. I like rice with butter and sugar. Yeah, butter and sugar. I've never tried Portuguese either. Chris is laughing at me. Or crying, maybe. I don't know. Yes. Yeah, I love my oatmeal like that too. I've never ate Greek food either. I'm afraid to try. I am afraid to try some foods that I've never ate before. Pork chops and rice. Yes, Otto. Yeah, yeah. And I love breakfast any time of the day. Yep, Sharon. Chicken and waffles. Yes. And I love all vegetables, every single one of them. Now, my mom, on the other hand, she's like a kid. I know you do, Sabrina. I just can't. You know that one on South Street, if it's even still there, it stinks. You can smell it when you drive by. So I'm like, I cannot try something that stinks. Man, y'all's making me hungry. I love salmon too. I love seafood. Okay, so my favorite foods are Mexican, seafood, and Italian. I love Red Lobster, but like once a year maybe, you know. I only get to go there twice maybe. Um, and I love Olive Garden. Oh man, their Alfredo sauce. Oh, I love it. And I love their salad. I love salads too. And I love Mexican food. Oh, biscuits and gravy. I've never had swordfish. I've never had most of the fish that Otto fishes and gets. Beans. Yeah, Otto. I love beans though. I love beans. They're good for you. They're good protein. They're good for you. I learned that after my surgery. Because you had to get a lot of protein and in the beginning, and most people, did it with yogurt. I cannot eat yogurt. I hate yogurt. And I remember, and I'd go to all the support groups afterwards. I went to them, and my best friend went with me too sometimes, Sabrina. And I remember saying, "Oh, I hate yogurt. I can't." And they're like, "Well, how'd you keep your protein?" I said, "Beans and more beans." No, I've never had gator. I had turtle soup when I was a kid. Does it taste like chicken? I've had frog legs and I've had frog legs. I thought I had something else. Shrimp rice, yeah. Isn't that Greek? Otto, gyro. You guys are making me hungry. I like ice cream, but could run a nitro burning dragster on the gas. Yeah, since my surgery, I think I might be a little lactose intolerant or something because I can still eat ice cream, but it kind of bothers my stomach. I love Rocky Road ice cream. What is it, Sharon? I mean, I don't eat them hardly at all anymore. You have to, around here, you can only get them like, I don't know if Colfax still has their restaurant or not, but Americus, maybe Mulberry. Ew, really? The frog legs are their balls? I remember my uncle used to, he'd go frog hunting. He'd chop them legs off, freaking throw them in a skillet, fry them, we'd eat them. Oh, hog nuts. Okay. I was going to say. But what's the frog legs? Or were you talking about the hog nuts the whole time? On our neighborhood app, we have people posting to watch our small kids and pets. It's mating season for gators, and they think they can visit people's pools, front doors, and pack. Oh man, see, oh gosh, dang, I wouldn't. That is scary. What about baloney, Nick? What is it? Sharon said at the same time I did. I said it and Sharon typed it. My husband loves bologna. Yeah, crime, do that. I like Braunschweiger. My mom loves Braunschweiger. I do too. Nico's not answering us. He must not want to tell us the bad news. I hope everything's all right with society. She must have had to get off real quick because she usually always says goodnight. Mm-hmm. Sharon. Oh, yeah. I love fried bologna. I know. I can't believe we're sitting here talking about this. Ew. I knew you were going to say that or something like that, Nick. Sometimes if people come and watch my chat on replay, because I know they do, because of my views, you're probably like, man, I can't believe they talk about some of the stuff they do. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, I love Popeye's chicken, too. Popeyes, KFC. Man, I remember when Nick says I still eat it though. Yeah, Otto. I've never tried them. Chitterlings or hog nuts. And I always have 2 or 3 thumbs down, and I know who does it. I don't care. Do you guys remember when Arby's had chicken? Okay, Otto. Oh yeah, deep fried ice cream. I love that. Ooh, Sharon. Joke. Otto said. But I remember when Arby's had chicken, and I thought it was darn good. Ugh. I mean, the tail part doesn't sound so bad, but the other, ew. A lady from my church, her son um, raises oxen and shows them and trains them, and it's really cool. Because believe it or not, I had never seen an ox in real life ever. I mean, if you believe that or not. And he takes them for walks every day down the road. Rocky Mountain oysters. My husband loves them. Nope, he doesn't, Sharon. He takes them to the fairs and different events and stuff like that. But they are, I'm not kidding you. He trains them, and I mean, he's got pictures of them walking down the road. They're trained. Oh, clams. My mom loves clams, and I don't mind them either. I can't do the oysters. I remember when I first met my husband, we weren't together yet. We were, like I said, I met him at, he was a, I was a dispatcher and he was a driver. And, oh, no, maybe we were dating, just brand new dating. And he went and picked up my Thanksgiving dinner for me at my grandma's. And they fixed him a plate. So then he sat there and ate with me, and he was getting ready to take a bite of the dressing, and he said, "This oyster dressing?" And I said, "Ew, no." Because his mom always made oyster dressing. I'm like, well, and he, we got married. No more oyster dressing for him. I never tried octopus either. It's like a dog, but bigger and weighs way more. Ew, I never squid either. Clam chowder's good. I like clam chowder, but I'm not tried conch. Nothing slimy. That's my limit on food. Can't do it. Yep, yeah. Oh, egg drop soup. Ugh. I've never even tried it because I just look at it and it's like, ugh. I've never heard of that either, Sabrina. Yeah, I don't like slimy either, Sharon. Ew. Ugh. Baby fish eggs. Anything that says chef's surprise or secret sauce, no thanks. Right, Otto. I'm with you on that. Ew, that's what caviar is. They serve that at all these fancy parties. Ew. Oh, I'll tell you what, I love shrimp, like cocktail shrimp or just the baby raw shrimp. Oh gosh, I could just eat that. I could eat like a whole small little bag, but I said, because you eat too much, you get sick. I've heard. I don't know. I don't want to know, so I don't do it. But I could, man. I do too, Chris. I like shrimp, crab, lobster's my favorite. But man, it makes me so mad because you go to Red Lobster and you want a freaking lobster tail. Oh my golly. I mean, they're so expensive and they're not even that much in there. So I usually get just that whatever it's called. It's got just everything. It's got the shrimp scampi, the fried shrimp, the crab legs, and then the lobster tail and a baked potato. and usually go when they have that's whatever. I usually go though on our anniversary or like, I still haven't used my gift card from my son and daughter-in-law for my birthday. Yeah, I can do fake crab, but it doesn't really taste the same, but it'll do. Oh, I love crab legs. I just hate dealing with cracking them and all that. Oh, I know, Nico. Don't be rude until after you get your food. No. I mean, seriously. Okay, Sharon. I like Long Johns too, but not all the time. What are you doing, bub? I'll get it. You don't help yourself. Sometimes people, I can't remember what pizza place that was. Been a lot of years back. I can't even remember how the public found out, and I'm not going to say what they did to the pizzas. And I didn't eat from there for years after that. It was Domino's. Yeah, I'm talking crime now. Okay, Sabrina. Love you too, Sabrina. Give her hugs for me. I don't go out too much. The cook may wear that steak if it bends the knife trying to cut it. We don't too much either, Otto. Well, especially now, of course, but we don't too often, really. Now, I've not had that there, Chris, yet, anyway. That I don't know, Joey. Chris might know, or someone that's really followed the case. I honestly didn't follow the case. I wish I would have, because it's really, I was just asked to discuss it, so I just started researching it, but I don't know if he's on death row. So usually people on death row are in their cells 23 a day and only out one. Yeah. Yep, he is. Otto. Hope he's new tonight, crime. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Did Lake leave? I don't remember saying goodbye to Lake. Or did she come in? I thought she did. Well, you know what? This is something I don't like about StreamYard. It only lets me go back up so far. For some reason. Well, man, my memory is so short. I don't remember saying good night. I hope I did. I do hope society's okay. Something must have happened. She must have had to get off real fast. Yes, I did remember Lake being here, but I don't remember saying goodbye. I hope I did. Gosh, my memory. I hope I'm not getting Alzheimer's, y'all. I'm 50. Or dementia. I'm always losing my vape or my phone or something. I'm always leaving the house. I think I got everything, and then I was like, oh man, I forgot this, I forgot that. Well, guys, I think I'm going to sign off. It's going good, Otto. I still have my wake up. Oh gosh, Sharon, I hope not. I still have my wake up cigarette in the morning. I don't know that I'll ever let that go because that's just, I get up. I don't even go to the bathroom first. I go right out to the garage and smoke that cigarette. But that's it. And I have my vape. And it's called Vuse. I was calling it Vuse. Finally, the clerk up here at the gas station said, Buse? And I said, yeah. Sharon, I mean, yeah, I feel better. I mean, I definitely went through some withdrawal there for a while. Remember, I kept saying I felt, I got a little depressed. I was kind of, now I am so, so, so tired, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. It is definitely, I'm, I'm becoming a bad procrastinator. I never used to be, but I am. I've got to get in and get my labs done. My doctor sent me them. I got to get in and get them done because I know my B12 level's low and I'm not, I got my shots, but only one a month, and I know I need more than that. And once they get the levels, then thank you, Otto. Oh, yes, I like coffee. Yes, I like coffee. You have a good night too, Joey. Thank you for coming. Hi. Well, Grandma's getting off here, honey. Um, Coffee and cigarette. Yeah, my breathing's okay, Sharon. Radar been listening. Spy. Yeah, sneaky. But yeah, I've got to get my B12 up and probably my vitamin D too. I take the vitamins, but then I forget to take them. And good night, Sharon. Angels on your pillow too, sweetie. Yeah, he seemed okay. He seemed good. Yeah, I'm tired too, guys, and my grandson's hollering for me. His mama's gonna kick my butt because I'm a night owl, and it's summer. Heck, I just let him stay up until. Anyways, guys, so I'm gonna sign off, and I'll see you tomorrow around probably 9:15. I don't know how long it takes Chris to get home, but that way it won't be so late for him, or maybe he won't be too far behind. And like I said, it'll be a surprise. So you all have a wonderful night. What's left of it. A wonderful day tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming. And I will see you tomorrow. Big hugs. Sweet dreams. Yes, and be safe. Good night.